So Red Bull is replacing Liam Lawson with Yuki Tsunoda for the Japanese Grand Prix, and I've been thinking about that. A week ago, there was all the conversation about they should have picked Yuki to begin with. Haha, Sergio's laughing. Liam's doing worse than he did. A lot of people thought Ted Kravitz pressing Christian saying, surely this isn't what you bought Sergio's contract out for, all of that. A week later, then it's Red Bull is ruining drivers' careers. Two races is not enough. Their young driver program is broken. This is horrible what Red Bull's doing. They said they did it for Liam. They're really doing it for them. The narrative flip-flops. And I tend to take a step back and think about it as the problem that it actually is. And if you consider what Alex Albon said about the car when he was there, he said that the car is really sharp on the nose and turn in. And he said it's almost like dialing up your mouse sensitivity on your computer to maximum and then trying to do fine-tune work on a computer. It's very difficult to do. And that says a lot about Max and his ability to drive a car like that. He likes sharp front end and a sharp turn in. He can manage oversteer. And they've continued to develop and evolve this car where it's quicker and quicker on turn in, and to the point where the RB21 this year is even a bit of a handful for Max. But it says a heck of a lot about Max and what an exceptional driver, a generational talent that he is, that he can drive and manage a car like that. But it also says a lot about the evolution of the car. The more or the sharper they made it, the more successful and quicker Max was. He's won 4 titles with them. That's hard to ignore, right? Meanwhile, you have 5 other drivers who couldn't manage the same performance in the second car. So when you think about the problem that they're in, would it be easier to start from a white sheet of paper and redesign the car so it's more balanced, maybe not as sharp, Max isn't as quick, those kind of elements that could crop up just ahead of a major regulation change? Or would it be easier for the team to cycle through their driver program, bring in drivers, and try to find a driver who can manage a car like that, who can at least score some points to give them a shot at the Constructors' Championship? And if I'm Red Bull, I'd start cycling through the drivers, redesigning a whole car that Max is winning championships, that's evolved over the last 3 or 4 years. That's not easy. That's a Herculean task. It's easier to go through drivers and bring different drivers in and try to find one that can get on top of the car. I'm not making a claim whether you agree with Red Bull's driver tactics or not. But I do think I can understand why they're cycling through drivers. And I've said on the podcast, does Yuki get 2 races? And if he doesn't do any better than Liam, maybe they ought to swap him back and let Liam cut his teeth and go for the long term. But it's a tough decision, and I'm wishing Yuki the best.